ladies and gentlemen, to Pick and Pop. This is the season finale for the podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Andy. Andy, you got something to say, my boy?
Hey,
Yo, I really need you to start picking up that energy, bro. Like, hey, that's all
that's
I'm
my
getting.
intro.
Hey,
Stop hating. That's my intro. It's hey.
I don't like that shit. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, this is our season finale for season 2. It's been, a long run. We improved a lot over season 1 to season 2, even though we did it all within one NBA season. But season 3, we have good plans for it. We're looking forward to it, but we're not gonna get too much into it because we're still planning it. But regarding that, we're gonna start off with what just happened in the NBA draft. So Andy, talk to me. What are your reactions?
I thought it was really good. But it kind of went like the way that people thought. Obviously, Wemby going number 1, Brandon Miller at 2, Scoot Henderson at 3. That's pretty much how everyone had it towards the last couple of weeks. Some people thought Scoot was going 2, but I didn't think that really made sense with what they had over there in Charlotte, so I just thought it was right. Obviously, the Thompson twins going 4 and 5.
That's crazy.
I didn't see that, but they're nice. They're tough. Shout out to Overtime Elite out there in Atlanta. You know, they got a lot of talent coming out of there. So it's just it's giving the NBA kind of like a new avenue on where to grab people from. When you keep kind of going down the line, like Cason Wallace, Taylor Hendricks, Jarris Walker, Bilal Coulibaly, Anthony Black, all projected high, but someone who dropped was like Cam Whitmore from Villanova, and he was projected to be like a top 8 pick in a lot of lists. He fell obviously because of some injury history, and also I read reports that he also fell because of interviews and just kind of like his attitude, which I guess is understandable, but at the same time, he has one of the most NBA ready bodies and probably NBA ready games.
Yes,
And I was really sad because he went to Houston, which they always seem to get like everybody and their mama. And we had the next 2 picks after them. But overall, I think it was a cool draft. I started watching it at 7:30. I didn't stop watching until like 12:30, so it was long. I watched all the way into the second round. But yeah, I'm happy with how the picks went. A lot of young talent. This is one of the better drafts that I've seen in terms of prospects that people aren't talking about. But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, no, I watched the draft too myself. I watched. I started watching from like when Wemby was finally doing his interview. I didn't really see the necessity of me having to watch him receive getting number 1 pick because we all knew that he was gonna get picked first overall. Brandon Miller getting a 2nd pick overall. Personally speaking, I'm not a fan. I like Scoot a lot more. That's just me. I would have liked to see him in Charlotte with LaMelo, just small guard that could just be aggressive and shit. That's what I like. That's what I like to see. But then Scoot going to Portland. That is tough though. Him and Dame will be tough together. That's a good setup. And then the twins going 4 and 5. That's tough. Like I don't think I've ever seen twins go 4 and 5 together like that. Before we do have the Morris twins, but I don't even think that they were that high of a. Yeah.
They were like top 15 picks,
Yeah.
but they weren't.
Yeah, like top 5 is crazy. And then after all that, it was all entertainment for me. I was just watching, just trying to see which team was building on what it was that they were just trying to like get so they could just make the rest of the players better. I think it was a good draft too. I think we got a good amount of players coming into the league. And I just think it's funny because in some of their interviews, they were like, yo, who do you want to dunk on? And most of these kids want to dunk on LeBron, which is understandable. Who doesn't want to dunk on LeBron? Just be able to get that. AD was also another one that was up there too. A lot, like some of these kids want to dunk on AD as well. And I can call them kids because I'm older than most of them. So
Straight up, that's just
It's
wild.
crazy. It's crazy. They
That's
used
just
to be
wild.
older than us. Now we're older than them, bro. It's crazy. But it's fun. I'm surprised nobody said KD. Honestly, uh, KD would be on top of my list if I made the draft. I'd want to dunk on KD. But overall, I think it was a good draft, and I'm excited to see what this next season has for us.
You guys got a Thunder at 12 got a monster. The starting center from Duke this last season, Derek
Mhm.
Lively, 7-footer, big body.
I
He's
think we
gonna be
traded him.
really, really, really good. Uh
We traded him with the Mavs.
oh yeah, he went to the Mavs. See, I didn't understand that too much. I feel like OKC doesn't have like centers. Like
No,
I don't have like a center,
they
so
just run, bro.
yeah, that is true. They did
They
get
they,
traded.
they
Shout out
run.
to Jaime who went to the Heat. He was getting hella love on
Hey
Twitter from
man,
the Latino fans because
yo,
he went to
bro,
Miami.
happy
That's
as
so
hell,
crazy.
bro.
That's so crazy. He went to
Bro,
Miami. The
yeah, no,
only
I was
like
happy as hell.
he's like the only like real Latino in the draft. That was tough.
I was happy as hell to see that shit.
We got Noah Clowney, who I like out of Alabama.
Hmm.
He was, one of the big three over there next to Brandon Miller. And then Derek Whitehead out of Duke, so another one of my Duke boys. I love Derek. He's from out here. He's from out in Jersey. Um, I'm pretty sure either Jersey or New York.
Hmm.
Let
Tri-state,
me fact
tri-state.
check. Let me
It's
just fact
tri-state.
check this really quick. Because I don't want to say some stupid shit, but I'm almost positive he's from Jersey. Yeah, he's from Newark. Yeah, that boy from Newark. So yeah, Derek from Newark. He's tough. He didn't do as well in college as he did in high school. Coming out of high school, he was projected to be a lottery pick.
Hmm.
But in college, he was dealing with some surgeries. But I still think that technology is so advanced now in our medical field that players can come back from surgeries a little easier unless you're fucking Lonzo Ball, which is like the saddest thing
Yo, that
ever.
yeah.
But other than that, I mean, who else did you guys get? OKC. Nobody else in the first round, right?
Got hella picks, bro. I'm not stressing out OKC.
No. Damn,
Yeah,
y'all didn't have that many picks this draft.
yeah, I'm not stressing it out,
Hmm.
bro. We're good. We'll be fine. You
I
got.
like the Lakers did pretty good. I'm not gonna lie with who they got.
Hmm.
At 17, Jalen Hood Shafino. That kid is nice as fuck. Another guard, bigger guard, but that kid is nice.
Hmm. I saw
So
that the Warriors got another shooter on their side.
yep, yep,
Of course, it
yep.
fits perfectly into their
Another,
system.
literally another
Perfect into
shooter.
their system.
But that's what they always do.
Yeah, just want to space you the fuck out. They
And
fast as fuck.
Jalen Wilson, people out of Kansas, he led the Big 12 in points and rebounds. He averaged like 21 points per game, and he fell to 51st in the second round. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not complaining. I'll take it. And then bro, Imani Bates dropped all the way to 49, and that guy
Yeah,
was supposed to be a top 5 pick.
yeah,
Like projected to be a top 5.
that
That's
was
insane.
crazy.
That's fucking crazy. But other than that, nothing crazy, like no
What?
drafts, like
What's my
no
my boy name?
trades.
What's my boy name? What's my boy name?
Who?
The one that got Machine Gun Kelly's outfit.
Oh, Grady Dick.
Yeah.
Nah, that was tough though, because it was the
Nah,
the ode
he has a lot of charisma, bro.
to
Like,
the Wizard of Oz. Yeah,
yeah, he got a lot of charisma.
it's
Like,
tough.
I'll give it
Fuck
to
with
him.
him.
I like that.
I fuck with him. Yeah. Yeah. No trades though. I watched the whole draft to see if there was gonna be like a trade, like a big trade.
They
But
mentioned the Chris Paul trade with Jordan Poole and shit for like the draft rates and shit like
oh,
that.
we offered Mikal Bridges and something else for Scoot Henderson,
They said
and
no.
no, they offered us Scoot Henderson for Mikal and like something else, and we were like,
Nah, yo, you saw the bullshit that Philly tried to do?
no, I didn't see.
So Philly tried to trade Tobias Harris. I forgot to wear. But they were offering. They wanted. Fuck, I know what it is too, cause I was literally just like, yo, what the fuck? That's such a stupid trade. Let me see, Tobias.
Is it that report that they're trying to get DeAndre for Tobias? Or are you talking about something else?
Wait, hold up. Harris. No, okay. So they were trying to trade Tobias Harris to the Cavs. I remember this now. They were trying to trade just Tobias Harris to the Cavs for Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, and a first round pick for Tobias Harris. What the fuck is Daryl Morey doing?
Is he smoking something?
Tobias
What?
Harris?
You're gonna get one of the best shot blockers in the league, a top 3 defensive forward, and a
draft
first
pick
for Tobias Harris? No.
Bro, come on.
Fuck no. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard, bro.
Tobias isn't even like a certified third option.
No. So every NBA fan, we all have our personal rosters. We all have guys that we watch. We all have teams that we like.
Mm-hmm.
Mauricio has like 7 teams, 8, 9, maybe 14 teams a season that he likes.
I just like ball, man. That's it.
Especially this last season where whoever was playing against the Lakers, he was betting against.
Until Russ said Lakers win, I want my ring. That's when I started cheering for the Lakers, and that's when they lost.
Yeah. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take out the top 3. Because the top 3 in every lottery are usually guys that pan out to be pretty good players, if not all-stars. We all know the 3 big names. But from 4 to all the way to fucking 60, we're going to pick 2 players to add to our roster to the young boys. So my roster, shout out to D Rose becoming a free agent. Let's go. I hope he goes to a contender. If he goes to Phoenix, I'm gonna throw up all over this fucking podcast, bro. I'm gonna throw up in that garbage can. The way that last episode ended with the fucking Bradley Beal trade, who knows what'll happen this fucking
I'm gonna have
episode.
Woj up on my screen just in case.
So my list really consists of guys like Derrick Rose, LeBron, Anthony Edwards, just guys that I've been following for a while. I'm not gonna put in people like Scoot Henderson because that's really who I'm looking at the most from this draft class. Obviously, Victor, we all want to see what he does.
Mm-hmm.
So guys like that don't really count. From 4 to like I said, 60. We're gonna go back and forth. You can pick your first guy. This is who's on your roster. We can't trade. We can't drop them for the rest of their career.
For the rest of their career.
So he's joining your lineup with like Russ and all of them.
I got hella guards on my list. That's crazy.
So yeah, go ahead and with your first pick to the Mauricio draft.
I gotta look at these guys real quick. There was a lot of players. Fuck. I do really like Imani Bates though. I'm gonna go, yeah, Imani Bates. That's what I'm going with. Fuck that.
With the first pick, you go to Imani Bates?
Yeah, hell yeah. What?
That's crazy.
Taking Imani Bates real quick.
Okay, bet. So guys from our guys who are drafted to our teams and guys who are from our college teams, that doesn't really count because I follow everybody that comes out of Duke. So like I can't pick a guy like Derek or like Derek Lively because they're Duke boys and I watched them in college. So with my first pick, I'm gonna add JHS, the Lakers pick, Jalen Hood-Schifino. He's gonna be on the roster. He's smooth, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited to see what if they trade him, bro. LeBron has no heart. GM has absolutely no heart if he trades him, bro. That kid is nice. And yeah, so that's what I'm going with.
So question, I can't pick Hyman either because he is
No,
from
of course
UCLA.
you can.
Oh,
of course
I can because UCLA is my college that I root for.
Yeah, nah, fuck it, yeah, let's do it like that.
Give me Hyman. Give me fucking Hyman. I'm taking this.
Hyman.
I'm taking the
Hyman Imani Bates.
Hyman Imani.
I bet. I'll go Cam Whitmore. So I'll go Jalen Hood-Schifino and Cam Whitmore.
We're only taking 2, or are we making 3?
Yeah, just the 2.
Okay. No.
There you go.
Hi, Manny Money. I'm your
Yeah.
fan. I'm about to get your jersey.
Imani Bates jersey is crazy. So yeah, those are the two young boys I add. They're going to guys like Anthony Edwards, D
Mm.
Rose. Ron doesn't really count on anybody's list, but those are guys that I
No.
like watching in the league.
Yeah. So I think we talked about the draft enough, and like we did have another crazy trade while we weren't recording, and this
Yeah.
happened after the Porzingis Clippers, the Wizards, Celtics Clippers trade fell through because, like I always say, Malcolm Brogdon is injury prone,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you've mentioned this before on the pod that Celtics just have way too many guards. Or was that somebody else that told me that?
No, that was me.
No, yeah, that was you. That was you. Yeah, you told me that. If they have too many guards, they try to get rid of Malcolm Brogdon. Trade fell through. It looks like the Celtics really wanted Kristaps because as soon as that happened, they're like, "Yo, fuck it, I'm selling my soul." Basically, what they did, they sold their soul.
Yeah.
They sold their soul and
I
their
said
heart
it.
at the same time. Got Kristaps. My boy Marcus Smart goes to the
they
fucking Grizzlies.
they had to get rid of one of them, like we
Mm-hmm.
talked about, right?
They
And
did.
I feel like they did the one that we didn't talk about enough because we never thought that Marcus Smart was gonna be
I thought
traded
he
because
was ending his career there.
I
Not
did
gonna
too.
lie.
But
Fucking dyed his hair green. Two of
so
them.
let's do let's get Washington out the way first
Mm-hmm.
because the main thing we're gonna talk about right now is the Celtics and Memphis because what they get Tyus Jones. I love Tyus Jones. He's from Duke. He's a beast.
Who gets Tyus
Um,
Jones?
Washington.
Oh yeah, I was about to say. I was like, Celtics did not get him. Hell
He's
no.
he's a beast. It kind of sucks because I feel like he was really good in Memphis. I'm sure they're gonna miss him.
Mm-hmm.
However, you do get a top defensive guard, a guy who can also sort of run an offense. Not a great passer, but a serviceable passer.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't get much back for what they've done with Kristaps and Bradley. I'm gonna be honest. The way that they blew this team up, I don't really understand. So now you
Just
have like
whatever
a
shit.
backcourt of Jordan Poole and Tyus Jones. It's okay. They're both really good players. I feel like there's the meme Jordan Poole's gonna lead the league in scoring.
I
Because he's
saw
just gonna
that.
jack everything up, and if there's baddies in the crowd, like it's over. So yeah, I
It's
mean
Washington.
Washington, they're in a weird spot. There's no real upside for them. They didn't get like really anything back for the two stars that they
Mm-hmm.
traded. So, um, let's just move them out of the way because they're lost, bro. That's like basketball hell for real,
Yeah,
for real.
that's a bad organization.
So we talked about it. They had to get rid of one of the guards, and they
Mm-hmm.
did. And Marcus Smart is the one that made the most sense because Derek White is coming off of an all defensive team. Malcolm Brogdon is coming off a six man of the year. So it makes sense because Malcolm Brogdon doesn't care about coming off the bench. So I'm gonna pass it over to you of what you think the fit is like for Marcus Smart in Memphis. Obviously they're gonna be without Ja for 25 games. When he comes back, he's gonna have to be reintegrated into the starting lineup with Marcus Smart.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that right now?
Honestly, I really like it. You basically just got yourself a much better Dylan Brooks. Long story short, like a
Yeah.
much better. Like I'm not gonna lie, like Marcus Smart has offense to him. He's a much better offensive player than Dylan Brooks was. So
Yeah.
he could take his spot. I don't think he's as big as Dylan Brooks was. Maybe they're like he's like
No, not as big. Definitely not.
yeah, but
Dylan Brooks is basically a forward.
yeah, but at the end of the day, I still once Ja comes back, the lineup will most likely be um Ja at the one, Marcus Smart at the two. Then you got Desmond Bain at the
Desmond,
three, and then you got
Aaron.
JJJ at the four, and then you got Stevo at the five. I like
Yep.
that team. That team could do a lot. And then at the end of the day, if they run into like a team where they have to play small against, they could always just move up Jaren and then insert somebody else into the lineup that could space out the floor for them. Just pull
They
away
got a
the
good bench too.
they just pull away the center and then just open up the gates for Josh to just get into the paint. I like it. I like the way the team looks. I think Memphis and Celtics are the basically the bet, like the ones that won this trade the most. I think it makes sense for both the Celtics and Memphis because Memphis did lose defense, if you could say that, for
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks, and then they just got it back, but better with more offense. So
Yeah.
like they're gonna have to step up on Marcus Smart because he can get hot from three sometimes. So like he's a threat from three. You gotta
They
like take care
should
of
be
that.
the best defensive team next year.
Oh yeah,
They should be.
they should be. Yeah, and yeah. So I like it. I don't have a problem with it. I do like. I am gonna miss Tyus Jones on that team because
He was tough.
every time the job was there, Tyus Jones will step up and it would be like if he was the main guy the whole time. And
He's a pure point.
yeah, as soon as Ja will come back, he'll just take a step back and run the second unit and still dominate, bro. Like
Pure
time,
point with no
yeah,
ego.
exactly, bro. It was amazing. Like he's a good pickup for Washington. Um, damn, we are gonna miss him though. Well, I said weak. Wow, they are gonna miss him. What you think about
Uh,
Boston
uh,
with
I'll get
Kristaps?
into that in 2 seconds.
Mhm.
I really do like the trade. They should be the best defensive team. I think they have a lot of pieces, and they'll still be very very good. Ja missing is going to be tough, but they had a positive record without Ja Morant anyway. Um,
They had
so
Tyus
they
Jones when they had
Yeah, I
that
know, but
that
they
positive
have
record.
Marcus Smart. He like I said, he's a serviceable point guard, and he's a better defensive guard,
Hmm.
than Tyus. But Tyus is a pure point guard, and I think that he is probably going to be a hot commodity.
Hmm.
Tyus Jones, if he doesn't, he'd probably stay in Washington. But if he's coming up on contract, which he actually might be,
Hmm.
if Washington doesn't want to pay him, I know they're gonna have a lot of eyes on him. So I think Memphis is in a good spot.
Yeah.
In terms of the Celtics, depending on what Phoenix does, bro, or who Denver brings back, Boston Celtics should be the favorites for the champion, like the early championship on favorites. We're not gonna factor health in because we always say this: health is fluid. Obviously, if your team is the healthiest, you're gonna be in a better position than a team that's not as healthy. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? We saw Giannis go down randomly, and it cost them against the Heat. So Kristaps Porzingis is a fringe all star. No matter what anybody says, Kristaps Porzingis is a 23-11 player. He's coming off of his best statistical season. He's coming off of his healthiest season. You add a guy who can stretch the floor, who can shot block, who is long, he can shoot over anybody. He's a mismatch. Kristaps Porzingis, obviously in basketball hell, we were calling him the fucking unicorn when we were in high school when he was on the Knicks.
Hmm.
He's a monster when he's healthy.
Hmm.
Obviously, a lot of players are like that, but when he's healthy, he's an absolute animal. You can play Derek White, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Porzingis, and Robert Williams at the same time because Robert Williams can still play that center. And even though Porzingis is taller than him, he can shoot the three. He's probably the best 3-point shooter on the team now,
Hmm.
which is insane to think about. So they added a player who is perfect for who they already have. If you still have Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench, if Platanito is still coming back to the Celtics, which who knows? You know how when you
Yo,
get a Platano, it's green and it's fresh.
no, bro, the
Al
Platano's
Horford's
not
like
there.
Al Horford's like that Platano's so dead that you got to throw it out, bro. You
That's
can't
just
make
rotten.
tostones out of that.
That's
You
just
can't
rotten.
make tostones out of that, bro.
You can't.
You gotta throw them out. Listen, we're allowed to make these jokes, okay? We're Hispanic. We're not being racist. It's friendly fire. But anyways,
Gotta go
if
back
they
with La
bring him
Isla.
back, if they bring him back, Al Horford can still shoot. So whatever. If he's coming off the bench, it's fine. They got to plug in a couple more players. I don't think they have enough like 8 to 13 debt as they want to, but
Hmm.
they have a good 6, 7 players.
Yeah.
So they should be the favorites, bro. There's still a lot of tooling that these teams are gonna do. I love the Kristaps Porzingis pickup because Kristaps, the kid's been through a lot, and you know, a lot of injuries. Obviously, when you're that tall, it comes with it. But
Hmm.
I think he's gonna have a really good chance to do something. And the Celtics are right back in that top 2, top 3 team in the East, depending on if the Bucks bring everybody back who they should bring back. They have a lot of work to do too.
So I saw somewhere, I forgot what team it was exactly, but they were eyes on Grant Williams. there were eyes on Grant Williams getting picked up by a team. Not sure what team it is, but there were eyes on him. So we'll see what happens with that. Like we just started.
Oh, Grant. Oh my God, I forgot about
Grant
Grant.
Williams,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
It
but
was it was the Mavericks. The
yeah,
Mavericks.
yeah. Obviously, though, the Celtics aren't done.
No.
They're probably gonna still do some more moves.
Yeah.
I also do want to look out for to see what is gonna happen during the season with the Rockets with Ime Udoka
Mm,
as their coach. I
they
want to
got
see if they're
hella
gonna.
cap space.
I want to see if they're actually gonna make
They got
take
hella
it
cap space,
seriously.
bro.
Take it seriously because they weren't playing with heart, bro. That team was not playing with heart last season, and they pissed me off. I hate seeing that shit. Until the only time I did see them play with heart was when Atlanta pissed them off with fucking DeJounte Murray doing bullshit, and then it just woke up and just took him out. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I want to see what happens here. It's a good offseason, man.
We're gonna quickly get into our rookie of the year predictions.
I think we're gonna have the same one, bro. Because I'm not going Wemby. I no, I'm not.
Oh, okay. So you could go ahead. I'm going Victor Wembanyama as the rookie of the year.
I'm going with Scoop.
Why?
Because bro, that's just my favorite type of play style that he got. Just ultra aggressive and always just going to the rack. And also because I just hate picking the obvious answer that everybody goes for. Like reasons why I'm not a fucking Yankee fan. Reasons why I'm not like a fucking Laker fan or like a fucking Heat fan when LeBron was there. Like nah, like I nah. So with that being said, also last time I did that shit, that was with Ja. He got rookie of the year. So like, cause I was like, I'm not on this Zion hype shit. No, I don't like that shit. I don't like looking at it through those things. I like
Yeah, but he got injured though.
who
Zion.
he did, but at the end of the day, I still pick Ja.
But he would have won if he didn't get injured.
Listen, woulda, shoulda, coulda, it doesn't really fucking matter. Ja got that shit,
Just
and I
saying.
predicted it. So yeah, but I'm going with Scoop because he's the his game his play style is my favorite type of play style to watch. Fuck. So I guess that means I'm gonna have to start watching Portland.
Yeah. So this
This
man is crazy, obviously. Victor Wembanyama will be winning the rookie of the year. It's not even close. It's gonna be an absolute demolition job. He's gonna get every single shot on the Spurs. That man's gonna average like 23 points per game with like 11 boards. And like I said, he's not one of these big tall guys that's gonna be injury prone. So I don't even want to harp too much on that. It's gonna be a fucking landslide and it's fine. Scoot needs to compete with Brandon Miller for who's runner up. Because Brandon Miller's gonna have something to say about Scoot too. Even though I like Scoot better than Brandon Miller, but he's still nice, so I give it to him.
Come on, Scoop, you got this shit. This shit light work, bro. Just take it to his chest. You got it. You scored on him before. It's easy. You got it. Easy.
They lost that game. Anyways, for the question of the day, obviously we always close it out with our question of the day, the final question of the day of season 2. Which superstar needs hardware next season for their career?
Easy answer for me. Hey, and I got reasons why too. Jimmy Butler. Here's why. So the reason why I picked Jimmy Butler is because if we look back to since he got traded to Miami, he's basically gone all the way or close to. 2020, obviously we know what happened. He saw LeBron, gave us forced a game 6. Obviously they lost it, but like crazy run, good shit. If you don't want to count it, you don't gotta count it. That's up to you. Fuck you. But you don't want that's fine. Following season was the 2021 season, and what the fuck happened? Who went? That was they lost. Who did they lose to?
Huh?
Who did Miami lose to in 2021 again?
The Celtics.
2021. They lost them to them in 2022. whatever. So I'm gonna skip 2021. 2022 comes. They go to the Eastern Conference Finals. They lose to the
yeah.
Celtics. They said they were
The
gonna be
fuck?
back. This season that just finished comes up. They beat the Celtics in the same scenario, go on to the finals and lose. Now, I want to see what Miami's gonna do in the offseason. I want to see if Dame is blue balling everybody. Like, he's starting to piss me off. I hate that shit. But if they do get Dame and shit, or don't, I want to see Jimmy get a ring. Because he's getting old and he's already gotten them to the promised land. They just haven't won. They just need to win. They got to secure that ring, and then we could forever be able to talk about Jimmy as like one of the best playoffs performers all time. Even though near the end of this playoff run, he just wasn't how he was in the beginning of the playoffs. But that's my pick. I got Jimmy.
They got swept by the Bucks in 2021. That's who it was.
Okay, but thank you for first
Yeah.
round.
Yes. So
And they got the get back this year. That's crazy.
I'm gonna go with Luca.
Luka.
Yeah. Jokic got his chip. Embiid got an MVP. Giannis has all his shit. If we're talking about the pantheon of the big stars, the young stars, De'Aaron Fox winning like clutch player of the year, like everybody like got something. Everybody took a leap forward.
Mhm.
For Luka Doncic to be considered like the fringe top 3, top 5 player in the NBA and not have an MVP, only have like that one conference finals appearance where he went crazy, which is great, but you don't have an MVP. You don't have enough, this new term that's been going around gravity. You don't have enough gravity to like take your team to where they need to be. I think if you're supposed to be considered a top 5 player, I just had a conversation with somebody about this yesterday at my girl's sister's grad party. Like, there was a bunch of young boys there that watch basketball, and the one kid was talking to me about how Luka's his favorite player, and he was like, "Do you not have Luka top 5?" I'm like, "No, I do not have Luka top 5 because to be top 5, bro, you have to be doing something. You got to be affecting the game in a certain way." And I think if we're gonna keep talking about Luka in this top 5 shit, he needs to win MVP.
Mhm.
Is it realistic for the Dallas Mavericks to win the championship next season? No, unless they get like Chris Middleton. Like if they are like they beat the Bucks on what they're willing to pay for Chris Middleton. They get somebody. They trade Kyrie for like a bunch of. I would trade Kyrie for a bunch of players. Like I'd trade
Sign
Kyrie
and
for like
trade.
3 players.
Sign and trade.
And so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like unless that shit happens, which it probably isn't going to happen, the Mavericks have no chance of winning the championship next season. I don't think anybody's picking Mavericks to win the championship. But Luka, you got to do at least something to get your team deep, like a hard second round exit, maybe fucking Western Conference Finals. You need to win MVP because we cannot keep talking about Luka Doncic being top 5. Like, he can be the best player in the NBA if you have nothing to show for it. I think it's pretty easy for me. I know what you're saying about Jimmy. But I think that question's a little different in terms of like what a ring would do for Jimmy's career.
Mhm.
I don't think Jimmy is in a position with the talent that he has around him to win a championship, especially because the Bucks are going to come back healthy with Giannis. The Celtics just added basically an all-star player to their roster. Brooklyn is winning the NBA championship next season, so it's like, how are they going to get out of the East?
Wait, no, time out. You're not gonna just throw that in there like that after giving, like, after saying true shit. You're not gonna just throw that in there like, no. You're trying to sneak that shit in there. Fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck? No, bro. Y'all see the way you just trying to sneak that shit in there? Hell no. What? I'm not letting you get away with that shit. Fuck out of here. Nah. Listen. No,
It's Luka.
but
For
I
me, it's
agree.
Luka.
I
For me,
agree
it's
with your Luka take. I 100% agree. I listen. The thing is, and I think I've said it before. I think it's hard to play with Luka in a sense because for every time you bring a star there, they're uncomfortable. We thought that
Yeah,
the Christian Wood trade was gonna help him out. They look good,
for a
and
little
then
bit.
suddenly
Yeah.
they stopped using Christian Wood, and I was just like, okay, like I don't know what it is in that locker room. I don't know what it's like. I'm not an insider or anything like that. I'm just telling you from what I see. It seems like superstars can't get along that well with Luka for some reason, and Luka also has the ball the whole
It's
fucking
because the
time.
the ball sticks too much with Luka.
Yeah, exactly. He's on some James Harden shit. Get Itachi off the screen. Like you get me? Like he's on his hard like Houston Harden shit. But the thing is, Houston Harden was able to play with another star, and, until it fell apart with Chris Paul. That shit, that was crazy. But
Yeah,
him and Russ, I think to this day they're still the highest scoring duo all time. Like
yeah.
so, Luka needs to figure something out. Uh, work on his game. So I think there was the picture of him that surfaced there, like earlier. Like he's like a lot skinnier now. Like he might come in ready and shit. He's in a good position to get MVP. Depending on what the team does and what pieces they get this and that and the third, he's in a good position to get it because everybody's gonna have eyes on him. They're not expecting him to do a lot, but in the sense of like getting to the finals. But this gives him the perfect opportunity to just make some noise and get his MVP because
Yeah.
we thought that he was gonna get it last season and then started off great. They fucked up the trade for Kyrie, completely fucking fell out of the playoffs. So yeah.
Everybody else has something,
Mm-hmm.
and like we used to talk about, like, because they're all kind of in the same draft age, like Ja and Luca.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Ja's better than Luca. Like, not maybe as a player, but like I'd be like,
Ja has
you
had a
know,
better career so far.
John
You could just
Morant
say
can
it.
he impacts games in a different way because of the way that he plays. Like, I understand Luca's an absolute animal. I'm not saying Luca's not good. We saw what he did to the Clippers. Like,
You saw what he did
it
to the
was
Suns.
it was unbelievable. Like, Luca's a fantastic player, but he has to figure out, like, yeah, I get it, bro. You're really skilled, but the ball can't stick with you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you're gonna be playing with Kyrie Irving next season, bro, like, you're gonna have to figure that shit out because Kyrie,
Needs the ball too.
it's
He'll
just
get you
rough.
your shots, bro.
Yeah.
Like
So, like, everyone else, your peers, the guys around you, they're all moving up. Like, we're not talking about Steph, KD, Bron. These guys are getting older. I'm talking about your peers, Jokic, Giannis, like these guys who are like 2 years older than you
Jason
or just kind of
Tatum.
in the same range. Jason Tatum, they're finals, conference finals, MVPs, championships, defensive players of the years. You have nothing to show for.
Mm-hmm.
So, come on.
I don't. He doesn't even have an assist title yet. None of that. But
Because Harden's that guy.
but yeah. So I like your pick. I like what you brought up. I think we both agree on both. On both in a sense. Because I'm sticking with my Jimmy one.
Yeah, yeah. If the question's like, what will a ring do for Jimmy Butler's career? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But
yeah.
overall, I like it.
All right, so that is a wrap for season 2. This is actually really fun season. We had a guest. We had our highest viewership this season all across the board. We really appreciate you guys for this. Me and Mauricio, we're not going to take like a big break yet because I still have a lot of work to do on the TikTok, and free agency starts on the 1st. So we have 5 days out for the free agency. We're not going to have a same kind of episode. It's going to be different. It's just going to be a free agency episode with like just straight talking, the just free talk, no topics. Just kind of our things going off on free agency, maybe even like as free agency is going, we'll keep it live so that if anything crazy happens, we'll be able to just put our reactions in. But in terms of our structured show, that will return pretty much when NBA preseason starts. So for now, we're just going to be focusing on our shorts. We're going to be focusing on the TikTok. We're going to be trying to get our TikTok followers up. The goal is 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can start going live.
Yes, sir.
So that's really it. Thank you guys again for the support. I don't want to drag it out too much. This is still something that we're continuing to improve on. Expect better quality, better camera quality for me. I'm looking into buying like a camera. Fixing up my PC a little bit just so that everything runs a little bit smoothly. You know, summer's going to be lit. Obviously, the NBA players are going to enjoy their summer. Some guys are horseback riding. Some guys are in Cancun. Hopefully, some guys are in the fucking gym. Ben Simmons,
That
fucking bum.
no. We get that picture every summer.
You
I don't give a
fucking
fuck.
bum. No, I'm just kidding, bro. I wish you the best, bro. I
I
hope
don't
you get
care
healthy
about you,
because we
Ben.
need you. But anyways,
I don't care about you, Ben. I don't care about you.
yeah, man.
Or
Do
if
you got
anything to
anything
the
to
other
say?
team. Huh? Oh, sorry, I was talking shit. Thank you guys. We really do. Thank you guys so much for everything. Season 2 was an improvement on season 1. We added a few different things. We felt more comfortable with everything too as well. Sorry for the long break in between season 1 and season 2. That's my fault. I apologize.
100%.
But like I said, shut up. But like I said, thank you guys so much for everything. Just expect great things to come from us leading up to season 3, because we do have some plans for that. Hopefully we could have a new setting, and we could actually like sit down together and just have this discussion. And at the end of the day, guys, stay safe, peace and love, and be healthy, I guess.
Hope everybody has a great summer. We'll check back in about a month for the stuff. Stick to the shorts. The shorts are going to be coming out. And also be on the lookout for the free agency episode and the new segment that we're going to introduce called The Pop, where it's going to be myself just kind of solo talking about some topics. And then we'll bring back the structured podcast when it's time. So,
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for watching.